1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. Polling on 37 vacant seats of the Senate will be held tomorrow. The President says Pakistan is always ready to respond to any misadventure against its soil befittingly. The Foreign Minister and his Chinese counterpart at a virtual ceremony held simultaneously in Islamabad and Beijing today formally commenced activities to celebrate 70 years of Pakistan-China diplomatic relations. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Hurriyat leadership and human rights defenders have called upon the United Nations to take punitive actions against India for its criminal human rights record in the held territory. Foreign ministers of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations are holding a virtual meeting with representatives of Myanmar's military today to discuss prevailing situation of the country. In the Pakistan Super League 6th edition, Islamabad United takes on Quetta Gladiators in Karachi this evening. And now the news in detail. Polling on 37 vacant seats of the Senate will be held tomorrow. Polling will start at the Parliament House in Islamabad and the provincial assemblies of Sindh, Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa at 0900 hours Pakistan Standard Time and will continue till 1700 hours Pakistan Standard Time without any break. All the 11 candidates for Senate from the Punjab have already been elected unopposed. 2 senators will be elected from the federal capital, 11 from Sindh and 12 each from Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The Election Commission of Pakistan has made elaborate arrangements to ensure free, fair and transparent Senate elections. A vigilance committee has been established which will provide all relevant record and information as well as conduct an inquiry if the need arises. The Minister for Science and Technology, Fawad Chaudhry, has said technology is available and it must be used to ensure transparency in the Senate elections. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, he said there should be such elections that nobody could raise a finger on its credibility and fairness. He said there is a need to implement the Supreme Court's opinion and the presidential reference. He said we are ready to extend every possible cooperation to the Election Commission of Pakistan in this regard. The President, Dr. Arif Alvi, has emphasized on intellectual preparedness to meet the challenges of hybrid war along with physical and traditional attacks. Addressing an event at the Air Force headquarters in Islamabad today, he said Pakistan achieved an unprecedented successes in the war on terror, adopting modern techniques in a unique manner to eradicate the menace. The President said social media is also being considered as an effective platform to change the public opinion, and we should also sensitize about this tool. He said Pakistan is always ready to respond to any misadventure against its soil befittingly, and the nation witnessed this preparedness in February 2019 when the Pakistan Air Force shot down Indian jets. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi and his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi, in an impressive ceremony today, formally commenced activities to celebrate 70 years of establishment of diplomatic relations between Pakistan and China. The virtual ceremony was simultaneously held in Islamabad and Beijing and was attended by high-ranking officials from both the sides. Speaking on the occasion, Shah Mahmood Qureshi underscored that we pay tribute to the Chinese leadership that has done an incredible job in changing the lives and destiny of its people. He said, we believe that President Xi Jinping's leadership at a momentous time in history has greatly helped Chinese nation achieve its national aspirations. The foreign minister said successive generations of leaders and people of both Pakistan and China made invaluable contributions to strengthen these ties. He also reaffirmed that CPAC is set to become a high-quality demonstration project of Belt and Road Initiative. At the ceremony, the Chinese foreign minister underlined that Pakistan-China friendship has a time-honored history, and in the 7 decades the two countries have stood together in rain or shine and built an exceptional ironclad friendship. A logo was launched at the ceremony epitomizing historic nature of Pakistan-China ties. Later talking to media in Islamabad, the Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi said China will provide another 500,000 doses of anti-COVID vaccine to Pakistan. He said both the countries will collectively fight the pandemic. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has released a special video documentary marking celebrations of the 70th anniversary of Pakistan-China long-lasting friendship. The short video highlights different aspects of Pakistan-China friendship that is higher than the Himalayas, deeper than the oceans, and sweeter than honey. Pakistan has improved its position on the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index for the second consecutive year. As per the World Bank's latest rankings on ease of doing business for the last year, Pakistan has improved its position by 28 points from 136 to 108, which is an unprecedented improvement. This is Radio Pakistan. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Hurriyat leaders, human rights defenders and civil society activists have called upon the United Nations to take punitive actions against India for its criminal human rights record in the territory. International Forum for Justice and Human Rights Jammu and Kashmir Chairman Mohammad Ahsan Antu, after a visit to the bereaved families of the 3 innocent victims of Srinagar fake encounter, called upon the International Court of Justice, the United Nations Human Rights Council, and other human rights organizations to put pressure on India for a fair and impartial investigation of the gruesome killings. The Indian troops had killed Athar Mushtaq Wani, Zubair Ahmed Lone, and Ijaz Ahmed Ghanai on December 30th last year for no reason. In India, protesting farmers have announced to block the Kundli-Manesar-Palwal Expressway on Saturday to intensify the ongoing protest. Talking to media, Samyukta Kisan Morcha leader Balbir Singh Rajewal said a call has been given to farmers camping at 3 Delhi border points to block the expressway from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Meanwhile, in a tweet today, the main opposition party Congress leader Rahul Gandhi also urged the Bharatiya Janata Party regime to take back the anti-agricultural and anti-national laws. The foreign ministers of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations will hold virtual meeting with the representative of Myanmar's military today. In an interview, Singapore's Foreign Minister Vivian Balakrishnan said ASEAN will tell the military that it is appalled by the violence in Myanmar and call for the release of Aung San Suu Kyi. The ASEAN also renewed its efforts to open a channel between Myanmar's military and civilian leaders. The International Atomic Energy Agency says continuation of North Korea's nuclear program is a clear violation of the relevant United Nations Security Council resolutions and is deeply regrettable. The IAEA's Director General Rafael Grossi told a news conference in Vienna that the continuation of Democratic People's Republic of Korea's nuclear program is a clear violation of the relevant United Nations Security Council resolutions and is deeply regrettable. He said the International Atomic Energy Agency is intensifying its readiness to play its essential role in verifying North Korea's nuclear program. In Nigeria, a group of nearly 300 girls who were kidnapped from a school in northwestern part of the country last week have been released. The girls were abducted by unidentified gunmen from their boarding school in Janjibi, Zamfara state and taken to a forest. Such kidnappings are carried out for ransom. And now cricket. In the Pakistan Super League 6th edition, Islamabad United will take on Quetta Gladiators in Karachi this evening. The match will start at 1900 hours Pakistan Standard Time. The match was postponed yesterday and scheduled for today after one of the players of Islamabad United tested positive for COVID-19. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is likely to prevail in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, partly cloudy weather is expected in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Gilgit-Baltistan. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.